So Newcastle City Future started in 2014, 2015, and it started out as an exhibition in the city for people in the city and businesses and other organisations to have a conversation about what we should think about Newcastle in 2065. So it was from 50 years forwards, what our vision of the city would be. And it was a really interesting set of activities like exhibitions and talks and some research, and a lot of ideas came out from that. So then we got some funding from the Research Council to try and develop some of these project ideas. I mean, I think to be a smart city, we have to look at what we're actually good at doing and build on those things and not try to do everything. So data is a really important thing for Newcastle. It's something the university is very strong on. We have the National Innovation Centre for Data here. We have the Urban Observatory with its sensors all across the city gathering data. And we also, Newcastle is a hub for digital businesses. So we would like to build on these assets that we have to attract others to come to this city, and to look at how we can solve problems through data in the city. I think one of the unique things about Newcastle is we say it's a Goldilocks city, which means it's not too big, it's not too small. It's just the right size to do these kinds of things. So it's big enough that we have all of the things you would expect in a city. We have the metro, we have an airport, we have a railway station, we have the river. We have all of these things in the city, but it's small enough that it's easy to meet people, to network, to make connections between other companies, with the local council, with the university. So we think that makes Newcastle quite unique, that it's just the right size, not too big and not too small. I think some of the issues that we have at Newcastle is, for the standard of the UK, we're quite remote and not very well connected maybe to the other cities. So even just to travel to London, it takes 3+ hours, whereas from other cities you can get there more quickly, like Birmingham or Bristol. So I think Newcastle sometimes can be seen as a little bit distant from these other places. I think the other thing is critical mass. So for these things to be really successful, these sort of smart city type initiatives, you really need to have not just a few scattered digital or tech businesses, but a real concentration of businesses that then can innovate. And another problem we have is on skills, that our local population has a lower skill level than the country more generally, and then some of the other big cities. So we do need to make sure that we work to keep our graduates here and that we continue to build up the skills. What we wanted to do with this report, again, it's, we're moving away from just looking at technology just alone as a standalone thing. So it's really just trying to understand, what do we mean by a smart city in Newcastle? And this is why we developed these different principles that any smart technology should address. So it should be solving a problem, it should involve our local citizens, it should connect up other initiatives that are going on. It should be open, so the data should be available to any company that wants to use it, so we can get more innovation. It should deliver some sustainability, so like environmental, like the smart lights, the fact that they go dark if nobody's going past, it saves on energy that way. So we need to have sustainability. It should be visible so that people can understand how they can benefit from the smart technologies. It should be intelligent. It should be strategic and giving us long-term benefits, and also gives us value. And it should give value for the citizen, it should give value for the council, and also some value for businesses, like in new product ideas or so on. So this is why we commissioned this report, and also we wanted to map all the different things that were going on in the city. So I said earlier, maybe we don't shout enough about Newcastle. And what this report shows is many things already happening that we should, all understand, so we can build up a picture for the outside world about Newcastle. Sometimes the smart city, it's all about the technology and not about the people. So we would say that if we really truly will be a smart city, we need to put the people at the center of it, because why are you being a smart city? It has to have some benefit for local people. So that might be through better transport connections, better information about traffic in the city. It could be about connecting them better to health care services. But we think you're not smart if you're not having the people there, and also the people should be participating in the design of the smart city. Yeah, we've worked with a range of partners, big companies like IBM, Microsoft, Engie, companies like this, but also small companies and SMEs and startups in the digital sector, because we think it's these combinations that where you get the real innovation, when you get the small micro companies, the graduates, spin out companies that have really innovative ideas working together with the big companies and with the local city to try and implement those.